name is Chiquita Nicole, aka SassyFit, and this is my crew so far. This is my first annual She's Everything seminar. Yes, this is an intimate setting. It's my first one, and I wanted to share for those of you who contributed but weren't able to make it. I want to be able to share with you ladies because I am very passionate about pouring into you ladies the wealth of knowledge.
So I have learned over the past couple of years that relationships are so important, and everything that God is going to do for you is going to come through a person. And before, so I was a loner. And then God started showing me, like, I have people that I want to bring into your life, but you won't come out the house. You won't. You're like, I don't have time for people. I'm doing it. And so when I started opening up to relationships and the possibility, I mean, every single person that you meet is a possible blessing. So I was like, I'm ready to be blessed by whoever's in the room and whatever they have to say or reveal or whatever. So that's just my new take on life. So I was excited to meet all of y'all.
I'll just say something to that. Everybody that comes into your life is either a blessing or a lesson.
Yes. Amen.
Yes. Discernment, Lord.
Like, I was the only one that came to my baby class. It was just me and her. And we shared some things. And I was telling her that I work for LabCorp. I hold people with needles all day. Been doing it for 17 years. I was telling her that you never know.
Of course. You
No
know,
problem.
okay, so come on. Another kind of party right here. And of course. She had like 13 shots. She had to get 11 or 13.
You never know the souls on a person's shoe, not literally on the bottom of their feet, but the souls they have to walk around with. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what they're going through. They could be on the brink of suicide. They could have been got some terminal illness news and they're gonna die. Somebody in the family.
And you never know. They can walk around.
I learned being in the medical field for 20 plus years, and I take care of my mom. You gotta know exactly how to read. I ask the Lord for the spirit of discernment.
Yes, ma'am. Every day.
I don't know how I do it, but I know it's by the grace of God. I sometimes can look at a person and I'm not telling them what's going on with their life, just a touch. You know what I'm saying? We don't do enough of that. And just to be sensitive to their body language and the stuff they say, and just say, you know, I don't know what you're going through, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. You know, even if it's just in conversation. You know, God bless you. I love you. You know, because you don't know what you can say to that person. Get them from you know,
because a lot of people
gotta do that. And I'm glad you had this. We gotta love one another. Be so terrible with each other. Black, white, green, it don't matter what race, color, or creed. We from the same rib. We have the same father. We was molded the same way as women, and we need to stick together.
Yes, amen. I love you. Thank you. So before we get into the program, I'm very glad to meet everyone and that you were comfortable enough to open up. Basically, what She's Everything is all about, the purpose is giving women permission to love themselves first with strategies and tools to developing self-love, creating healthy boundaries, and nurturing your physical and emotional life. So this is a collaboration between Team SassyFitness and Lady Live. I will be talking a lot about the fitness aspect, the health aspect, and she'll be giving us the emotional aspect, and then we have a guest speaker here on the financial piece. So we hope you all will be blessed with the information we provide, and we're gonna go ahead and get into our first thing. So this is a quote that I listened to from, have any of you all heard of Iyanla Vanzant?
Yes.
Okay, she is amazing. So I'm gonna read what she said and give you guys a challenge just to kind of open your mind for today's event. So I heard something very profound from Iyanla Vanzant about running. And she said, Running is an action or movement, administration, coordination, operation of something. It's running to, running from, running for, running with, running around, and running over. How are you running? Something to think about. What are you running for, toward, from, or with? Each of these forms of running has a very different energy that leads to a very different outcome. Running can be an exercise, or it can be a habit. If you are unsure of the kind of running that you're doing, you could find yourself running in circles and going nowhere. So I'm challenging you beauties today to set an intention to get still and clarify the nature, value, and purpose for your running. Then, at the end of the day, write down what you've learned about running that you may not have realized when you started. So we're gonna do our first exercise with Miss Nat.
All right, ladies, you wanna let me skip a little bit? So we're just gonna do put everything, get everything out of your laps.
Okay.
And I want you to just listen to the sound of my voice. We have somebody coming in. This hot take lock.
Hi, this is Shannon, everyone. You're just in time. We're about to start our first exercise.
Okay.
So you can have a seat over here. Everyone say hi, Shannon.
This exercise is about how many of you are stressed a lot of the time, or you got a lot going on. And sometimes, okay. Good. Look, your arms came up so fast, it was like a wind. Okay, put the arms out. We got two hands over here. Okay, so what I have been learning in this season of my life, and what God has shared with me, is I need you to be still, Natalie, and get your hands off of everything. Because I said, God, help me with this, but watch me do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I thought you wanted me to do it. So what we're going to practice right now is stillness, okay? And we oftentimes don't get a lot of opportunity to just sit still without having somebody call us, ask us for something, without having all these thoughts bombard our minds. So like Kayla said earlier, it's difficult to still your mind. So what I'm going to need you to do is just listen to my voice and do what I tell you to do. It's not going to be anything creepy. It's going to be relaxing. It's going to help us kind of take that off your lap, nothing in your hands.
Oh, okay.
Hands free. Sit
back.
back. Sit back as far as you can, relax. Okay, close your eyes. All right. Everybody that has their hands clasped, I want you to unclasp your hands. Hands in your lap, palms facing up. And I want you to imagine that God has this large, like bat, and it's filled with love, and He's pouring it very slowly down on your head like oil. And it's touching your scalp. And so everything that I tell you to tense, I want you to tense. Everything I tell you to relax, I want you to relax, okay? Nod your head if you got it. Okay. So your face, I need you to tense it up. Now relax it. Okay, now feel the love of God that He poured down. It's on your shoulders now. Tense your shoulders up. Now relax it. Let them go flop. All the way down your arms to your hands. The love is filling your hands. I want you to tense your hands up. Relax them. Your abdomen everywhere, your chest, all the way down to your pelvic bone. Tense up. Breathe in. Hold it. Relax. Now it's going down your legs. Like oil is running. It hits your knees. Tense up your thighs. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now it's running off your knees, down your shins, down to your toes. Tense up your feet and relax. And in this moment, we're going to take a moment of silence. I just want you to think about everything that you're thankful to God for. Everything He's done for you, every positive moment, every moment of love. The one moment that you would choose to experience for the rest of your life if you had a choice. person that you love, your family, and just accept the peace of God, because his ultimate goal is for us to have peace and abundant life and surrender to him. Breathe in, breathe out, say thank you.
Thank you.
Breathe in, breathe out, say I surrender.
I surrender.
Breathe in, breathe out, say thank you.
Thank you.
This time when you breathe in, raise your arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, let your arms drop. Say, casting every care
Cast every care
on you, Father.
on you, Father,
Because you care
because you care
for me.
for me.
I'm just going to take a little moment of silence just to breathe and think about all that he's done for you and how good he's been and the love that he has for you and how much he wants you to succeed and be happy and have an abundant life, and just feel the gratefulness in your heart. Open your eyes. Let's give everybody a hug. Everybody, stand up. If you felt something from that, I want you to give everybody a hug. We're women. That was a part of releasing. So we're going to support each other in this space. We're going to support each other as much as possible in this space.
I'll hug you later, Taylor.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Father God, we come before you right now. We thank you so much for loving
you,
us,
Lord.
God.
Thank you.
We thank you for being there for us when nobody else is there for us, God.
Thank you, Lord.
We thank you for pouring your love out on us in this moment, God. We thank you for the camaraderie in this room and for making us vessels of your love, God. We thank you for the way you made women to be able to feel your presence so sensitively, God. We just thank you for being who you are in our lives. We thank you for your healing power. We thank you for your redeeming power. We thank you that nothing is too hard for you, God. That no problem that we have is too hard for you to handle, God.
Yes, Lord.
We thank you for lifting every burden, God,
Thank you, Lord.
and healing every wound,
Thank you.
and staying the hand of the enemy that comes to attack us, God.
Yes.
We thank you for your protection and your love that is so pervasive and
Thank
overwhelming,
you,
God.
Lord.
In
Thank you,
Jesus' name.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So just go around the room. I want you to give me one word to describe what you're feeling during the process of surrendering to God in the moment and allowing his love to pour down on you. What did you feel? One word.
Well, it's surrender. So let go. You know his presence, so you let it go. You know, and you feel the energy in the room. So it just lets you release it. You know what I'm saying? You know, that you know that it's mind over matter actually.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's mind over
Mind
matter.
over matter.
Gratefulness.
Gratefulness. That's a powerful emotion. Faith. Miss Bridget?
Trusting God that he will fix it.
He
Yes.
will,
Yeah.
and he wants to.
Oh yeah.
I felt like I was at his feet,
Mm.
and I felt forgiveness,
Mm.
and I felt the load taken off me.
Yeah.
You know, because I care so much for everybody to do everything.
Cast it on him.
Lord.
Yeah, I think that hit everybody.
Seriously. I'm trying to keep together.
No, this is the place for it out.
Women carry so many cares.
Yeah.
When I learned what that scripture scripture reads to cast every care on him. I said, well, God, how do I cast? Can you show me how to cast? I don't even know how to cast.
Yes, yes.
And then I thought about fishing. Cast is not just a drop, a cast. It's like,
You throw it.
take it away. Because I can't do nothing with it. I don't even know why it's here. I need you to take it. So we're going to move into the next part. We're going to have a discussion about just 3 questions that I need each of you. Here's our first question. Please get your composition notebooks and write these questions down because I want you to think about them later when you leave here. You got to focus. You like, okay. How have you neglected yourself? First question. And I want you to give me 1 to 3 responses. Now, your brain is going to try to make this a nice answer, but the first thought that comes to your mind, write it down as honestly as possible. How have you neglected yourself? Your most vulnerable answer. Okay, who wants to share how you neglected yourself?
Well, I'm always loving people before I love myself. I would give them my last. And, you know, sometimes in return, if you in need, you would feel like somebody else will look out for you. But that's not the case.
Yes.
Why do we think that that's not the case? Like, why do we, I know we're supposed to give, but why do we give so much to the point of neglect? What is that about women?
Well, a lot of times we do that because it's what we're thinking about ourselves.
Yeah.
And we have to come to grips with that. Sometimes being a nurse myself, giving of everybody, it's a natural thing, but it's also a way to get off yourself. You got to start to love you. What's causing you not to love you? Because if you don't start to love you, that's when it starts to go out to everybody else. You see?
I had a friend, a really close friend of mine. She lives in California. Hey, Keisha, if you're watching, I'm going to tell your business. But she told me, she called me one day, and she's one of those friends that you talk to like once every 8 months, but when you get on the phone, it's like you just talked yesterday. And I was like, we always do checkups on each other. It's like, what's going on with life? The conversation gets deep immediately. It's not like what you eating, like, so what's going on with you? And that's the only reason we called. And she said, you know what I realized? She said, I just got out of the hospital from exhaustion. And when I was there, God told me, you have nothing to prove. You are trying to prove yourself every day. Even the giving, it's like, I want you to know that I'm good. I want you to know that I'm valuable. I want you to know. And she said when she realized she had nothing to prove, all the stress left her. She's like, I don't belong in the hospital. She's not even 40. She's like, what am I doing in the hospital? Working myself to death, trying to do everything for everybody, never say no. Because that's a bad word, right? It's not, it's a good word. It tastes good in my mouth every time I say it. It makes my teeth white. But what she was saying is that black women and women minorities especially, that we feel like our place in society is just to give to the point of like being a martyr. And then we have nothing left for ourselves. So say this out loud, I have nothing to prove to anyone. But God. Okay. Anybody else? That was your answer. That was for you.
I might as well piggyback off that. I put not loving me, exercising, emotional, loving others, and not putting myself first.
That's basically what I have to.
Yeah.
I want you pick on others and you always feel like you're good. Like, oh, good, I don't need that, but everybody else needs,
good,
you know.
but you're not good.
Right.
How much of that is socializing? Like, how much of that did we learn from our culture?
Oh, for sure, the culture. It has gone all the way back, and not to cancel out any culture, but it's gone all the way back to our ancestors. It's what we have been. It's been ingrained in us, and you have to turn that around and look at that and it comes with you as changing yourself and your perspective. And once you change your perspective, then you'll start to become that. So it's all about a perspective. Not to say anything bad, because there's a lot of good that have come from our ancestors. But we know that nurturing our men and being there for them and being there for our families and raising them up has put us last. You see what I'm saying? And now it's time that we're out in the fields now. A lot of us majority women out in the workplaces and doing things, and even in the churches. So we got to say, okay, that thing that was before, okay, now we're out here now. So when are we going to see that we are out here in numbers, and when are we going to change our perspective on working on ourselves? You see what I'm saying? Because times has changed. Why haven't we? So, you know.
How many of you have seen like a movie or even heard of a situation where there was a spoiled little girl whose daddy just spoiled her? Bought her everything she wanted, some little princess, right? Well, God shared with me that we are His daughters.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times we don't see ourselves in that light, because we see ourselves as mothers, as wives, as friends, and all these giving things. But He was like, these are my daughters.
Absolutely.
And I'm a king. And I want so much for them. And I want them to know, don't compare it to your natural father or any man, because he's not a man. We say he because that's the English language is a masculine language. But He is a king, and what He wants for us, if you can just imagine your most precious child, what you want for your child on a daily basis, multiply that times infinity is what He wants for us. So again, say, I have nothing to prove.
I have nothing to prove
to anybody.
to anybody.
And He wants